Howdy, and welcome to LeeReads, where I talk about the books I've been reading and enjoying lately. And I've been making a list of the books coming out in 2023 that I already have my eye on. This is in no way an exhaustive list of the science fiction and fantasy releases for next year. I just wanted to share what I am already getting excited about, already pre-ordering, and eagerly anticipating. We will start with the standalones, or the first installments of new series. It's a mixture of science fiction and fantasy, and then end with the novels that are new additions to ongoing series. The first is Witch King by Martha Wells. After being murdered, his consciousness dormant and unaware of the passing of time while confined in an elaborate water trap, Kai wakes to find a lesser mage attempting to harness Kai's magic to his own advantage. That was never going to go well. So I'm super intrigued by that premise. I haven't really explored further. I just know it's Martha Wells and I want to read it. Next, The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi by S.A. Chakraborty. Amina al-Sarafi should be content. After a storied and scandalous career as one of the Indian Ocean's most notorious pirates, she's survived backstabbing rogues, vengeful merchant princes, several husbands, and one actual demon to retire peacefully with her family to a life of piety, motherhood, and absolutely nothing that hints of the supernatural. But when she's tracked down by the obscenely wealthy mother of a former crewman, she's offered a job no bandit could refuse: retrieve her comrade's kidnapped daughter for a kingly sum. The advanced reviews that I've seen so far about this novel are overwhelmingly positive, and I'm excited for a seafaring adventure by the author of the City of Brass trilogy. Another one featuring pirates is Dark Water Daughter by H.M. Long, and this blurb is all I know about it, and it was enough to sell me. A weather witch, hunted by a pirate lord, enlists his archenemy to help put him in a watery grave. A disgraced naval officer haunts their footsteps, desperate to redeem himself and willing to do anything to exceed. Yes. For some reason, when any character is described as a disgraced anything, I'm automatically intrigued. So I think this combination is going to be very fun. There is going to be a new standalone novel by T. Kingfisher coming out next year called Thornhedge. I'm going to read the little blurb. This is a subversive fairy tale about a kind-hearted, toad-shaped heroine, a gentle knight, and a mission gone completely sideways. There is a princess trapped in a tower. This isn't her story. Meet Toadling. On the day of her birth, she was stolen from her family by the fairies, but she grew up safe and loved in the warm waters of fairyland. Once an adult, though, the Fae ask a favor of Toadling: return to the human world and offer a blessing of protection to a newborn child. Simple, right? If only. Centuries later, a knight approaches a towering wall of brambles, where the thorns are as thick as your arm and sharp as swords. He's heard there's a curse here that needs breaking, but it's a curse Toadling will do anything to uphold. So some good conflict going on there, I think, with the typical T. Kingfisher flair. The last new fantasy on this list is The Keeper 6 by Kate Elliott. Kate Elliott is one of my favorite authors, and I am always going to pick up anything new that she publishes. I actually have the e-arc for The Keeper 6. I just haven't finished reading it yet. Its premise is fairly unique among the rest of these. You never stop worrying about your kids, even when they're adults. Kate Elliott's action-packed The Keeper 6 features a world-hopping, badass, spell-slinging mother who sets out to rescue her kidnapped adult son from a dragon lord with everything to lose. I have started it, and the world-building aspects that we've been introduced to so far are really cool. Moving on to the science fiction, I am looking forward to The Generationship by Michael Mamay. I have spoken about his Planetside trilogy here before and his other standalone, The Misfit Soldiers, and I'm looking forward to a more epic, larger scale science fiction work. Generationship. In 2108, colony ship Voyager departed Earth for the planet of Promisa with 18,000 of the world's best and brightest on board. 250 years and 27 light years later, an arrival is imminent. But all is not well. The blurb goes on to describe some inter-ship conflict, and then when they arrive on the planet, there is a hostile alien species there. I kind of get the Expanse vibes with this, and I think it's going to be really good. More troubles with generation ships. The next book on my list, The Scourge Between Stars by Ness Brown. As acting captain of the starship Calypso, Jacqueline Albright is responsible for keeping the last of humanity alive as they limp back to Earth from their forebears' failed colony on a distant planet. Faced with constant threats of starvation and destruction in the treacherous minefield of interstellar space, her crew has reached their breaking point. As unrest begins to spread throughout the ship's wards, a new threat emerges, picking off crew members in grim, bloody fashion. And this is a science fiction horror. Then another Last Hope for Humanity style story. I guess I'm just drawn to those. The Deep Sky by Yume Kitase. Yume Kitase's The Deep Sky is an enthralling sci-fi thriller debut about a mission into deep space that begins with a lethal explosion that leaves the survivors questioning the loyalty of the crew. To save humanity, they left everything behind except their differences. It is the eve of Earth's environmental collapse. A single ship carries humanity's last hope. 80 elite graduates of a competitive program who will give birth to a generation of children in deep space. But halfway to a distant but livable planet, a lethal bomb kills 3 of the crew and knocks the Phoenix off course. Asuka, the only surviving witness, is an immediate suspect. I'm intrigued. And then there's a handful of novels that I'm excited about that are part of ongoing series. The first on that list is The Tyranny of Faith by Richard Swan, which is following The Justice of Kings, which I spoke about earlier this year. The Justice of Kings is about an emperor's justice who is sort of like an investigator, lawyer, jury, and executioner all rolled into one, who roams the empire trying to help make sure everything is kept in order. And the first novel, an investigation of a murder, kind of cracks open this coup that was going on within the empire, and the plot kind of exploded outwards, and now we are carrying on with that story. I think that book comes out pretty soon in January, and it's getting a lot of positive reviews so far as well. We can look forward to System Collapse, Murderbot number 7, a new novella. It's Murderbot. I'm going to read it. I don't know what more to say about it. Murderbot is one of my very favorite things. The Bone Shard Ward by Andrea Stewart. This is going to be the third and final book of this trilogy that started with the Bone Shard Daughter. I think the 2 different types of magic systems in the story are very interesting. The novels also delve a little bit into politics and the new generation having to deal with the mistakes and the goals of the previous generation. So I'm looking forward to how this trilogy concludes. Then last on my list, I have some Brandon Sanderson. Defiant, which is the last book in the Skyward series, should be coming out sometime late next year. And that is a young adult science fiction series that I've really enjoyed by him. But also in 2023, we will be expecting the 4 untitled secret project novels. They are releasing them 1 per quarter. I just did the package where I could get the ebooks. I don't know anything about any of them. I haven't been tracking covers, titles, any blurbs. I don't know. It's going to be a pure surprise, and I hope that y'all are as excited for them as I am. And those are the books that I'm currently really looking forward to in 2023. I know there's probably other great sounding releases that I missed, so please let me know what they are in the comments below, especially science fiction. I feel like it's relatively easy for me to find out about fantasy releases, and maybe that has to do with just the other booktube channels that I follow. So please let me know what you're excited about that's coming out in 2023. I hope you have a safe and happy holiday season. And as always, don't forget to support your local library. Thanks. Bye.